Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you for invitation to this amazing place, amazing event, and also thank you for introduction. And I was grateful for the theme for this year. That's why I steal a piece of your infographic and put it on the first slide. Because yes, we really need to go back to basics. And because, agility was a way to take out of the silos, and now we are back to new silos. I can hear that these are product people, and these are agile people, and these are, oh my gosh. And my dear colleague Aga, we had a little gig to present that designers and agile people, process people can work together, and it is something that is required. So, talking about my journey, I started around 25 years ago because it was a job to be done. A job was something that required my skills as an actuarial developer. So I was first actuarial developer, and then after a decade ago, it was a job to be done as an agilist. So I became an agilist, and then around 2 years ago, it was a job to be done in this organization. The organization is called BUPA. It's huge. It's a health organization, global-wide, around 80,000 people working in different cultures, different languages, different Microsoft tenants, and so on. And I was hired as an agilist because the work to be done was we need to work together. And we need to deliver more quickly. And we would like things, said very wise person, group CEO, Iñaki Reno, and we would like things to flow. So when we had the conversation with executives, they said that things are stuck in different places, stuck in different roles, stuck in different Microsoft tenants, of course, and so on and so on. And he was looking for agility as a tool, as a method, as an approach that can help this organization to be more agile. To be more agile as a way to react swiftly on something which is valuable, which needs to be done. So we were hired, I was hired, our team was hired to resolve this problem, to make things flow across the organization. And that was amazing. Because, actually there are so many things that are agile because it's a buzzword. It's good to be agile. It's a shame not to be agile, right? But can you think for a moment, what is a job that you need to done as an agilist? Why are you hired? What can you provide to resolve this problem to your customer? Who is this person or this group? It is so important to realize that. Back to our case. So when we are talking about flow and about the things that are stuck across so many countries, across so many places, so many brains, we look into the work of this person, and his work is amazing. He wrote a book called Flow, of course, and more books. But his surname is difficult to pronounce. And I think that's the reason why his work is not so widely recognized, which is a pity. So me, being a mathematician, I love numbers, so this talk will be based on the number 4. So I will teach you 4 words, okay? And I need your help, because after that, after this short interaction, you can say this name as well. So when you can say it, maybe you will repeat this message, and maybe you can help things flow in so wide spaces like your organization or any other. So let's start. Mihaily, as any one of us, we have cheeks, right? Can you repeat after me? Cheek. Very good. If you would like to send something, this is the verb we are looking for, send. The third word, it's me. And the fourth and the last one is hi. And now I will send all of it together, and then you will say all of it together, okay? Cheeks, send me hi. And now you. Lovely. So this is the person, a Hungarian psychologist, and he was inspired by the work of Carl Jung, but he focused his job on the state of flow. You know, this state when you are reading a book. Oh my God, what will happen in next chapter? I can't sleep, doesn't matter. I can eat, okay, you bring me something, I will eat that. This state of flow, it's happening. Or you are playing something, this is the game, you are winning one master, another master, there is a treasure, a flow, it's so exciting. Have you ever experienced something like that at work or doing any, you do? Someone else, any hands? Yes, it's possible. And it's absolutely amazing because in this state we are creative. This is like throwing the ball in the air and someone else is catching it and things are flowing. And if there is impediment, because of course there are impediments, we are just resolving. Oh my God, challenge, another level, I will resolve that. Amazing. So we were looking for this state without frameworks, yes, framework agnostic, because we need fundamental. So now, you remember I'm a mathematician, so I like numbers, number 4. And I like F words, apologies, Paul, but these are good words, that's fine. It is flow, it is focus, it is freedom, it is feedback, and the last one, 4%, for again. And these are the things, elements, words that were important for our organization, for our team of international agile coaches, 8 of us, 8 people working from different countries remotely, to change a little, to just push this needle into different cooperation, different kind of cooperation. Let's look at it, starting from the first one. Maybe any of you are working at the moment at any priority. Do you have something which is your priority? If yes, please raise your hand. Okay, please keep your hand in the air if you have 2 priorities. 3, 10, 15, 100. Even we have a winner, 100 priorities. Thank you very much. Yeah, can you feel that? The problem is that the priority is not plural. It's singular, right? So priority means first. How many first things we can have? 1. Oh my God. Which one? But this is another question. Which one? How to split it? How to organize it? So the problem wasn't that the shallow problem was that we have too many priorities. It is not true. The problem was we didn't know how to split the things into smallest and organize them. And you can think in one of the most recognizable framework in agility. You can recognize this set of values. It's connected with something which is called, it's a spoilers on the picture. You can name it. Scrum, yes? Scrum framework. This is one of the value. Focus. You need to focus on the most valuable things and deliver it. And you need to split it if it is too big, and then you will deliver part of it. And maybe you never deliver the second part, that's fine. And also, you can find in this one, can you recognize this one? It's called kanban. Apologies for this simplification. It's just, essence of the essence of the essence. But can you see focus somewhere there? Anybody? You can see it's customer focus. And also you can see limit work in progress. So it is present in frameworks. It is not like I'm talking about the words, which is, these non-tangible words, and we can forget it, and we can focus on the frameworks we are doing because I'm Scrum Master, or you are Flow Master, or you are whoever else with your label. You must stick to this focus on the most important thing, and you must recognize if we are overwhelmed, if we start too many. Stop starting, start finishing. This is something in Kanban, right? Connected with focus as well. So we had a real data, a lot of examples of lack of focus in our organization. So it is it wasn't just talking about it. It was pointing examples of lack of focus and trying to resolve it. Connecting it to the framework that the area chose, like Scrum or Kanban, connecting into the practical advice how to contain the problem. So you can see this is one of the repositories, because in Bupa we are using all set of repositories. We are using Azure DevOps, we are using Jira, Jira on Cloud, Jira on premises, whatever you want. And of course we have, this is another story, but in one of the repositories you can see work in progress limit, work in progress limit, of course we have it, it's 5. And 27 things in progress. Oops. Why is that? Because developers are lazy? No, not lazy. You can see that. It's because there is a lack of conversation between business and IT, how to choose wisely. What is the cost of not starting? What is the cost of not finishing? And what should be finished when? It was lack of this conversation. What is the cost of delay? So me being a mathematician, I understand how difficult is quantitative approach to cost of delay. This is a very difficult topic. But you can look at it in a qualitative way. And Kanban method can help you with that. Because, for example, you have a thing, an expedite type thing, left up corner. When your organization is bleeding money, it is a problem. All hands on deck. Everybody must focus on this. If you are doing something which is not connected with this one, stop it and please help us, because this is a disaster. And it's great if this thing is 1 or none at all, 0. Because if you have a flow full of disasters, that's another big problem. So we can have this expedite thing, and of course it will be our priority, a real priority. And you can also have things which are fixed date. And this is another problem that was revealed when we started conversation about this approach, about classes of services, as you can call it when you're a Kanban person. Because there are so many dates in our repositories, so many dates, we are not real fixed date. When we are talking about the fixed date, it's a Christmas, it's fixed. It's happening 24th of December. Have you ever heard about Christmas in the middle of May? Or maybe you've heard that one business person to another say, okay, your task is so important, I can push the Christmas to January and we'll do it the other way. The same with Black Friday, it's usually happening in the same date. So this is real fixed date, but it is not the fixed date if someone is approaching you and saying, I want it to be delivered next week. And it is a valid question to ask, what will happen if we will not deliver it next week? It's a valid conversation, and it's worth to make it happen. To make it happen, to have focus on the right things that we will deliver in the right way. Another approach, which we copied from the black swan farming, is, again, qualitative approach to cost of delay. When there is a simple matrix, and you can look at the things, what is the urgency, and we understand what is the cause of this urgency. It should be delivered as soon as possible because someone is waiting for this, and we understand who is waiting for what and why. Or it is whoever important, but not necessarily this week, not necessarily the first thing that we will deliver. And the other way is the value. The value conversation is another one and very difficult, but we need at least assess how valuable it is. Is it a mech, something that it's good to have, the better color of our logo? Let's do that. But we do not understand the value of it at all. Or maybe this is something which is a killer, that we can easily deliver something that another organization is delivering, and we are aware that we will lose market if we will not do that. And we can recognize this value easily. So this is just a simple tool. It was effective for us in some situation. You can use it, you can take it, you can leave it, of course. So after that, this table you saw with so many things that we've started was totally reorganized. After the conversation about classes of services, about the conversation of cost of delight, qualitative approach to this, conversations with business, we redesigned the flow, and it was a little better. And why a little is enough, I will talk in the fourth part, about 4%. As I said, it is a story about number 4. All right, another word, another F word, freedom. Who loves freedom? Any of you? Okay, why is that? Why is it important? Anything? Why freedom is important to you? Why you like it? Trust. Trust. Autonomy. Creativity can arise when we are free. And this is a big misunderstanding around freedom, yes? Because freedom sometimes can switch into chaos. You know, for example, cancer in the body is a big freedom of the cells that we are not necessarily would like to give a freedom. So we, of course, know that. This is golden circle, this is why, how, and what. And there are a lot of conversation, who is telling to whom, why we are doing this, and how are we going to do that. A lot of conversation about the valid concept and very important approach. And we had it, and it didn't work. Sorry. Maybe we are not mature enough to have this approach. And we've realized that there is a misunderstanding in management. I think Andrea said that we need new skills in management. In leadership, Aga said. Aga asked about leaders. And it was a military person, a command. So we have this free concept, these 3 types of work to be done. Sometimes you need to command people. I know this word is very strong, but if I am sharing a strategy on the organization level, I'm telling you what is the strategy, what it will be, what is my big objective as a CEO. I'm not asking you, I'm just sharing it. You are told. So this is big authority sometimes needed when you are giving a direction to the group of people. And sometimes it's a management job. You need to manage something. You need to manage your licenses, yes? You have a work around them in the most effective way. And sometimes it's leadership. It's about people, it's about connection, it's about upskill. It's about getting them to achieve together, with your example, the objectives that we've recognized, or maybe the objectives that were told. And the problem was that those 3 concepts were mistaken too often. This is a basic. We are back to basic at this event, right, Paul? And this is Stephen Bungay 2010, this model. And it's still a big problem to recognize this specific area in so many organizations. It could be 1 person, it could be 3 different people. It's just a job to be done. And we need to recognize it and address it with appropriate skills, with appropriate reaction. And we have some of it in the frameworks that I've mentioned. The most common frameworks we are using as agilists on the team level. One is Scrum, the second is Kanban. So I will pause for 30 seconds. You can look at it. This is a definition, a very short, very essence of the essence. What is command? What is commanding when you are developing this strategic direction? What is managing, which is a little less conceptual, and you are deploying assets. You are delivering operationalization of something that was commanded, and leading, the third one. Look at this and try to think, is it something connected with Scrum or kanban, and how? Can you see those roles described in Scrum method? Is it any person that commands something sometimes? Any role? Or should command something? Product owner. How about product owner telling, this is more important than that? I have this authority, I'm telling you, because I recognize this value, I have a lot of discussion with my stakeholders, this is the more important, this is our goal, thank you very much, this is a comment from product owner. Yes. How about management position, any? Scrum Master, he's responsible for what? It's even in the label, he's responsible for Scrum. Yes, if I am a Scrum Master, and I am responsible for working according to the Scrum rules. It's simple, just, 3 roles, 3 artifacts, 5 events. I must follow them. And I am manager responsible for that. It is okay if you decide that Scrum is not for you and you will choose another. But if you are a Scrum Master and if you are doing Scrum, then you need to follow these rules. And you are manager responsible for Scrum. Because you understand why Scrum is valuable for your organization. Of course you do, and your product owner do understand that, and the people that are paying you understood that as well. Yes, and how about Kanban? Can you see any piece of this here? A hint is that with commanding, with command management, how about leadership? Any piece of leadership here? Look at the principles. Look at the encourage acts of leadership at all levels. Oh my God. When I was talking about Kanban in many teams, this is something that is not easily spotted. Anyone can be a leader in certain aspect. Oh my God, I can see that we have 27 things that are started. Let's follow me and try to split it or stop it or finish as quickly as possible. Maybe we can get down to 10 until the end of the week. This is the act of leadership. And it could be many. And this method encouraged that. All right, feedback. I'm gracious because Aga did the work for me here. So I think there is nothing to add. One thing I would like, it is, my kind request to you. I'm begging you, please do not mistake feedback with gossip. I had so many situations like, Aga, I've met someone last week, and he was telling that someone was telling that you did make a mistake on, this event. I don't remember which event, but, That's feedback. It's a gift, so I'm giving it to you. You're welcome. No problem. So this is not a feedback. This is gossip. Please recognize it. And again, exercise for you. You can win, my look of appreciation. If you can spot any feedback loops here, can you? Anyone? Retrospective, oh my God, yes. Anything else? Daily, yes. Review. How about the increment when you are delivering this little piece of a valuable thing which is supposed to work with the rest of it? Yes, that's the tricky part. And you are getting feedback, no, it is not working. A lot of refactoring, a lot of depth, sorry. It's a feedback, it's a fact. How about Kanban? Any feedback loops here? Yeah, spoiler. All right, 4%, and I have 5 minutes for that. 4, and 4 again. This is about small successes. This is about things that are maybe not, when you are talking about size of it, very impressive, but impressive as a change, as a step that we can do together as a team, together as an organization, as a community. So this is a situation when we had in one of the teams when we've measured touch time, and it was just 3 days, and we've measured cycle time, and it was 7 weeks. So for 7 weeks of work, of waiting, we had 3 days of work, and that was measured. So we were looking for some improvements, and we found the first bottleneck, the very obvious bottleneck, and we improved. After a quarter of finding, we improved for just 2 days. Just 2 days. But I'm not going to say just anymore because I've listened to Kat. Amazing, 2 days, can you imagine? 2 days, every 2 weeks, in over 100 of the teams across WUPA. Wow, such amazing thing. So this is the perspective that we can introduce with 4% approach. A small wins, measurable wins, that can lead you toward the value you want to deliver, toward the change you want to deliver, toward the state that you want to be. Please recognize it. And don't say just. This is what Kat said, and I will follow that. All right? 4% here, can you spot it? Increment, we are delivering incrementally, right? The most obvious. And I'm not doing this part for Kanban because I can see your eyes, Paul, and I can feel your hunger. The lunch is coming. So if we have time for one question, that would be lovely. If not, that's absolutely okay. I will be available for the whole 2 days. It will be my delight to have a conversation with you if something was of interest or you would like to talk about something other. It was a big pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ewa.